up, YouTube? Today is my first video. Super excited about this. Okay, so basically I'm new to skateboarding now. I've skateboarded back in like high school and stuff, like on some like super dumb stuff. It wasn't like I was actually trying to skateboard. It was like hop on with some friends that suck and go around and do nothing. Pretty much walk your board for the most part. Either way, so what I wanted to talk about is I got my first skateboard, like brand new, not one from Walmart. Like I got this one from Zoomies. Real skateboard, real deal. Okay. So I kind of just want to talk a little bit about starting to skateboard and actually getting into it, where you're learning how to skateboard, you're learning how to do tricks, you're learning how to do real shit. Okay. So basically I have a little more balance than a beginner would, just because like I've been on a skateboard before, so I know kind of like what it's gonna feel like and kind of how to offset it, and I've had a little bit of practice with it, a little bit, but I still like don't, you know, excuse me, this is a beginner's video, so like don't feel like I'm not in your stage, because I still can't ride like my buddy, he's been skateboarding for 15 years and I still can't like ride with him, you know what I'm saying, because he's just like gone, barely fucks up, like he can just ride. So I'm pretty much just skating around my garage in circles, and I call it shifting, where you hit the back of your board and you're just like pop 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 pop, like turning essentially without leaning, so like a hard turn. So I'm kind of working on stuff like that. I'm just taking it one step at a time. So what I would do is I would really focus on that if I were you. Just find somewhere small to go around and just skate, you know what I'm saying, because, and don't try to like do too many tricks and stuff like that, because you just don't know how to do them right now. And with balance, like you have to have balance in order to land. Like you have to know your board and where it's going to be at, so you have to learn those things. So first just figure out your balance, put a couple days of work into it, and I guarantee you when you go to do tricks, you'll just like, it'll just be better for you, you know what I'm saying. You'll just have a better understanding of what you're doing, and it always helps when you have someone training you out, because, or training you, because when you have someone training you at that point, like, you know where your foot's supposed to go, you know where you have a general understanding of what the board's doing and what you're supposed to do. So that's the best thing when you're doing tricks, and you know what's gonna happen. Your board's gonna flip 3 times, and you know it's gonna flip 3 times because that's what you're trying to do when you're putting the right footwork into doing that. So you know how high you need to jump, you know where you need to land, you know when you need to land. Like you'll get those things down. So what I'm telling you is, if you're a beginner and you can't skate, you can't like just skate, then I would, if you're that person, then continue to watch this video. If you're not that person, then maybe look at a couple of my other videos. And as of today, like I'm just learning, so it's gonna take a while for me. I'm gonna do a step-by-step process on me learning. So every day I skate, I'm just gonna make a video on what I'm working on, the progress, and whatever. So if you're more an advanced person and you want to learn how to do a kickflip, like that'll probably be a month or so from this video. But if I have more videos up at the time, just kind of look for one that has titled kickflip or something in it, or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys 2 tricks today that I can't personally land 100% of the time, but I will show you how to do it, the logic behind it, so you can start practicing this stuff on your own, because it's going to come down to your personal preference and your personal comfort zone. So I'm going to tell you where I place my feet and where I was told to place my feet, from a guy that has 15 years experience in skateboarding. So I'm going to show you guys kind of like where the placement, where the board should end, and that kind of stuff. And then I'm also going to show you guys the practice to do around in your garage. Now this is going to be like an 8 to 10 minute video. So make sure that you kind of, if you're serious about this, make sure you watch all of it, okay? It'll be useful, okay? So skateboarding around the garage is what I'm going to show you first. I'm gonna kind of show you how that comes into play, okay? And what it'll do for you. Ooh. By the way, this is my new skateboard that I bought just yesterday. It's a little bruised up already. I got one little small scratch in the middle. It's a Superior, Spitfire wheels on it. Nice grip, a little dirty. And I got used trucks just because I didn't want to pay the extra money for them, and they do just fine. But I mean, if you're going for a new board, I spent like 70, 80 bucks. And you could probably get new trucks too if you wanted to. Sorry about the exposure, but it's hot. So I'm gonna show you guys. So just kind of going around here. Basically what I'm going to do with the board is just shift it, you know, so shifting your turns like hard turns. So just practice that. It's pretty easy. So you hop on your board. So you find your balance for your board, and you just kind of go for it, and you just kind of go around. You know, this way you'll get comfortable with this. Like this will become first-hand knowledge when you get out to your buddies and stuff. You see how I'm kind of struggling right now with it? This is why you need to learn this before you do anything else, so your balance is right. You know, so like I said, my balance is a little better than someone who's first time getting onto a skateboard. But for the most part, you'll get used to this. Then the next thing you know, you'll be able to hit like one of those or a 360 or whatever. So you'll learn your balance, and that's the point of that. Just cruising around, getting close to things, and yeah, fucking shit up. But so get close to things in the garage and see if you can get away from it, because that's going to be the curb on the street, or that's going to be a rock or whatever. So get close to things and try to correct it. You know what I'm saying? Get used to putting your foot down and kicking it. So that's gonna be important just for riding. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main part of skateboarding. Give me 1 second. So that's gonna get pretty big. You know what I'm saying? Just riding on the board. Now, a couple basic things that once you get bored of just riding that you can kind of work on, that'll be kind of fun for you as far as wanting to learn some tricks. So picture it like this. I don't know if you guys have ever watched skateboarding, but I'm sure you know they have ramps or whatever. So it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, okay? So on the top they have that little metal bar or rail or whatever you want to call it that a lot of people grind off of or hold on to. So I'm going to teach you how to hold on. So pretty much it's going to be a little hard for me to explain because my step is all the way over there. But essentially, so the top of the step, let's say that's like right here, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want the top of the step to lock right here on the wheels, or on the, I can't think of the name right now, but you know what I'm talking about. So your foot placement, you're going to want one back here because you're going to have to kick the board up. But like, don't try to do an ollie when doing this, because you're going to jump like onto the steps. You don't want to do that. So you just want to like lift it to the point where it locks on, just like that. Sorry. So where the steps is, you're just going to lock it there, and then you're going to want to, so your other foot will be here. So when it's locked on, you're going to want to make sure that your foot's up here. So then when you come up, then you can kind of like okay, you know what I'm saying? So picture it like okay. So it's like you just go boom and you hold it, and then you go back down. And now you see how my body's doing the same thing? Like, you want to do your body on the board, so when you go up, you're like you see the body movement too with the board, like that, and then come back down. Like, so that's why I always say love your board, because your board, you'll be doing the same movements as your board. A lot of people hate their board and they do this and they step on it and break it. Yeah, you're gonna get pissed off at your board. But like, just remember, when you're doing your board, you're riding with your board. So you want to go do the motion of your board. Boom, lean with it, back down, up with it, back down. Okay, so practice that one. When you get tired, when you get a little better at skating around the garage and whatnot, and kind of shifting your board, then try that. Now, or if you want to know the ollies, you want to learn the ollies, because those are pretty cool. You get a little air. Like, you're gonna essentially want to so your foot placement will be right. Your second foot will be right here. I know I'm black; it's hard to see, but right here. Okay. So your foot will be right here. The other one will be right here. Okay. So when you do that, use your back foot. This one over here. Pop the board up. Now I'm gonna show you here. So now you pop the board up with your back foot, right? Other foot's here. Now when the board's in the air like this, you're gonna want to slide your foot up here, and what that's gonna make the board do is kind of level out and drop right back down. You know what I'm saying? So boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's what'll happen with the board. So boom. And that's what'll happen. Now, one of the things I can show you the ollie, like I said, it's one thing explaining it and knowing where your feet are going to be and stuff like that, but landing it, and remember, I'm still new. I'm making a beginner video because I'm a beginner. So I may not land it or anything like that, but for the most part, you should get a general idea how it's supposed to work. So I'll kind of do it from a sideways angle. I know it'll be kind of hard to see just because my camera's set up a little weird, so I'll try to back up here. So my foot placement, you can kind of notice like the board. Like my board is approximately where my arms are length, okay? So you can kind of tell where my feet are. So, board keeps moving. So right here, this foot's on the tip. This one's like maybe a little bit above the middle towards the left, okay? So what I do is you're just gonna wanna sit on it. And when you're practicing, try not to be moving a lot. So it's a little difficult, but anyway, so then you bend down, pop it, you know? But did you see when the board came up how my foot ended up over there? Because I have to balance it back down. So, like it's hard to see, like I said, but you'll realize that your foot needs to end up over there. You don't start there, but you want to end up over there. So you pop it, wait. Like that. So that's kind of the basics of 101 that I wanted to talk about today. It's the video is a little longer than I said, but that'll give you good information to start. Don't expect too much. You get frustrated, don't give up, just keep trying. Maybe take a break or so, but have fun with it, man. Men, women. But yeah, so I hope you guys stick around and check out the next couple videos that I come out with as far as next steps, you know. So for the next couple days I'm gonna be doing this and trying to get that down, and then maybe I'll take it out to the streets and see what I can do out there. I'm gonna get a little phone holder so I can, you know, video or record and whatever. So, and then it's gonna get into when I get pretty good, I'm gonna try to get a little GoPro and videotape me and my buddies doing stuff out on the streets. So it's time that I do something. It's summertime finally. We're getting close. Yeah, so I'm ready for this. So I hope you guys stick around. Definitely, I mean, I'm trying to help you guys out. So if you guys are beginners or if you guys are more advanced, the more advanced I get, the more I can teach you guys about advanced stuff. So, but maybe I'll even turn the camera around and let my friend teach you guys some things. I mean, he has 15 years experience, so he knows how to do some pretty crazy stuff. Now, he hasn't skateboarded in like a year or so, so he's kind of rusty with some of his things. But for the most part, like, he'll definitely be able to teach you like how to do it. Like if you want to know how to do a kickflip, like he can legit land it. I mean, maybe like 1 out of 12 times or something like that, but he used to be like 8 out of 12, you know. So he knows how to do it for sure, and so he can teach you how to do it. And like him doing it like 12 times in the garage, like he'll be able to land one of them for sure. But so yeah, so just kind of stick in, and I'm gonna have some cool skateboarding stuff coming up for you guys. Like, I mean, eventually we're gonna start like tearing apart skateboards, rebuilding them, making them look cool, designing them. Like, we're gonna do some pretty cool stuff here. So we have a plan around this whole thing. So I mean, but right now it's just gonna start out with me doing my individual thing, showing you guys what the process of me going through learning how to skateboard, so you guys can probably go through a process. You guys may change it up a little bit or whatever according to how you do it. But yeah, it'll get better for you guys. A couple more tips that I want to throw in for you guys to kind of teach you guys. Now these are also, if you can't hear me or if it's hard to hear me or talking too fast, it'll be down in the description below so you guys can read those things. Tight shoes, okay? Tight, flat shoes are definitely necessary. I know you hear a lot of people say this and a lot of people do it without it, but they're not real boarders. If you're a real skateboarder, get a pair of flat shoes like Air Force Ones, or like these. These are old, but I'll show you. Like, now these were kind of expensive, but like you can get like a white pair of Air Forces for like $100, okay? So like the bottom, you see the bottoms are flat. There's no really like grooves or anything in them. They're pretty flat for the most part. These are really good for skateboarding just because like they'll slide on the grip pretty well. So when you're trying to move your foot up or down to do an ollie or whatever, or to turn, or you need to change the placement of your foot, if you have grips on the bottom of your shoes, that'll grip onto the grip, and then you won't be able to slide your foot good, and you'll find yourself fucking up a lot. So shoes like this are really good. I mean, like Adidas, I have a pair of Adidas that I use that are flat. Air Force, Adidas are cheaper. You can get a pair of Adidas for like 50 bucks. So like these are really good Air Forces. These are like designer shoes, but you know what I'm saying, like they're really good for skateboarding. You'll see a lot of people wearing Nikes. They have a bunch of other Nikes too that you can get like Journeys for like 50 bucks too, or probably less than that. Chucks are good ones, but make sure you have a flat pair of shoes that you tie tight. You want this shit to be tight on your foot, otherwise if it's loose, you're gonna find yourself jumping out of your shoes, for real. So make sure you got a tight pair of shoes with flat bottoms, good skateboard with good grip. I would advise, if you're a beginner, get a new board, just because you don't want to break down one that's like custom to somebody else. Like, break down your own board, make it fit you. If you want to take skateboarding seriously, then take it seriously. You gotta, if you want to take any kind of business adventure or take something seriously, you gotta invest in it. So I would say, if you want to take it seriously, find the money to invest in it. If you don't have the money right now, then I mean, play around with someone else's skateboard and actually try to get better. Like, get frustrated, get frustrated with your board, get mad at that shit. Like, take it seriously, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys like this video, and tell me what you guys think, like, subscribe, all that. And I hope you guys have a good skateboarding day, life. But for now, peace out. Wait till my next video. It'll be out real shortly, probably when I get home tonight, maybe not. I get home a lot late, but tomorrow for sure. So peace out. I hope I see you guys later. Peace.